There are thousands of trumpets in thousands of closets that never get played anymore. Countless trumpets in cases in tucked away places that never parade anymore. There's a clarinet back home at my mother's in a cardboard box. Like thousands of others, there are saxophones and slide trombones we packed away way back when, and they're never gonna sparkle in the sun again.
I've got drawers full of stuff at home I don't even know what to do with. Does anybody even know how to use a slide rule anymore?
Isn't it about time I got rid of my notes on the Industrial Revolution?
I'm sure that I've got my baton somewhere, but people tend to be suspicious of a doctor who twirls.
What am I supposed to do with my old protractor?
My copy of Beowulf.
That JV pennant?
My push-up bra?
There are thousands of trumpets in thousands of closets that never get played anymore. Countless trumpets in cases in tucked away places that never parade anymore. There's a big brass band of rusty musicians that at one time played some noisy renditions of the Stars and Stripes. But holy cripes, it's silence all through the land, and there's nothing like the silence of a big brass band. I was there, so was I, going bum-bum, God knows why.
I was there,
Stepping high, those were my white bucks proudly marching by. Where's the band? Where's the band? Musicians that at one time played some noisy renditions of
I've changed a lot since high school. I mean, I've got a family now and responsibilities, but every once in a while, someone comes up to me and says something like, "You're a real cheerleader type, aren't you?" Or, "You must have been a cheerleader when you were in school." And I always say, "Sure I was." Maybe some of them mean it as a put down, but that's not the way I take it. I take it as a compliment. Like they're saying, "I can tell you've got a good, positive kind of outlook." Of course, then there's the dumbos who thought it was a big joke to have been a cheerleader, or a big turn on. I just turn and walk away. The best fun I ever had was when Molly Baylor and Chrissy Lindell and I did this routine at the state tournament, because the Pirates were about 10 points behind and everybody was getting real discouraged. So we came out and did "Who's Got the Muscle" 16 times. I mean, we were practically dead at the end, but it really got everybody all charged up. And when the Pirates came from behind and actually won, I felt like I really gave it my all, and it really meant something. People always say to me, "Oh, Ginny, you're just too full of pep. I can't keep up with you." What I hate to see is all the people I know who get so down in the dumps all the time over nothing. You know, worry, worry, worry. You know what their problem is? They don't know how to get excited about things. Me? Well, ever since my operation, I'm just excited to still be alive. When my husband Denny brought me home from the hospital, he said, "You know, you really are a cheerleader, aren't you?"
Of the 648 kids in my class, there are only 4 or 5 that I still keep in touch with, but I still can't help wondering about the others. I'll bet Joey Lambert's voice never did change.
I wonder whatever happened to Eric Rice, who said, "The human brain stops functioning at the age of 30.
I heard last week that Donna Sullivan passed her bar exam. Donna Sullivan. I used to help her with her homework.
Jerry Davis, Charlie Silverman. I know what happened to those guys. They went off and joined the Marines and never came back. I can still picture us sitting around the pizza place talking about what we were going to be.
I always wondered what happened to Johnny D. Barnardus. He wasn't a real close friend of mine, but I adored him. I always think of the time that he came into social studies class with his face painted blue. Mr. Reichel told him to go wash his face or he'd be sent home. And Johnny just said, "Am I to understand, Mr. Reichel, that you are discriminating against me because of my color?" We all began to laugh because we knew that Mr. Reichel was a bigot, but nobody had ever challenged him like that before. Reichel began sputtering, and he told us that we were all human garbage. That's what he said, honest. Then he left the classroom and never came back. I adored Johnny D. Barnardus.
Johnny D was my year, but in some ways, he was like 10 years ahead of me. He saw through all the crap before I even knew it was crap. But that meant the administration really came down hard on him. If they could have, they would have crucified him. But Johnny would just laugh in their faces, and somehow he'd get away with it.
I remember when Johnny set up this stand in the center of school to sell bricks. He had this big sign that said, "Show your school spirit." He'd always go, "Buy a brick." Well, then the kids came out with all these mimeograph sheets that said things like, "What are you going to do with a brick? Where are you going to put it? What's so important about school spirit anyway?" He was weird, that's for sure. You know what? Still think I got that brick lying around somewhere. One thing's for sure is I do miss that crazy son of a gun.
Johnny D. Barnardus was a pain in the ass. He thought he was so smart, but all he ever did was make a fool of himself. I guess he was what you'd call a radical. But if you ask me, he was just a short little bastard with bad acne who needed a haircut.
Well, he was crazy, that's for sure. I mean, really crazy.
Remember how they used to tell you to stand up for what you believe in?
Yeah.
And then when you did, they'd kill you for it? Well, they couldn't kill Johnny.
That's for sure.
Guys like that can't hack it in the real world. They just can't hack it. He probably turned out to be a druggie and burned his brains out on LSD.
When Sally told me what had happened to him, I just couldn't believe it. I mean, I thought he'd be a lawyer, go into politics, or I don't know. The last thing I ever expected him to be was a high school teacher. But when you think about it, that's exactly what he ought to be.
Hear ye, our long-awaited 10th reunion will be held at Robert Louis Stevenson
The class
High.
of 81 from Southside High is cordially invited to attend.
It's reunion time.
20 years?
Park's class of 90.
Remember the good old days at Harris High.
Come as you are and see the friends who remember you the way you were.
There he goes again. She's there again. Singing, come along, come along for the ride. Singing, come along. Here we are,
I knew I shouldn't have come. I knew it.
putting on our name tag,
What happened to my hair?
flashing back on school, acting calm and cool, scared as ever. Here we are.
I keep sweating like this. I'm going home.
We scan the room, we catch our breath, our heartbeat races. Guess it's now or never. Face the class, fail or best. God, it's been forever. Here we are.
Hey, Bean Brain.
Corey, you old dirtbag. Hey, at least I have a brain.
So what you up to these days?
Me, I'm just a doctor. What?
Come off it.
No, seriously, I work up at the neurosurgery unit in the medical center.
Neurosurgery?
Yeah.
Holy cow, the last time I saw you, you were the wild man of Wagner High.
Well, I'm still crazy. Here, let me buy you a drink.
That's Peggy Carstairs. She's the one that sat next to me in home ec. Oh, and that's Warren Daniels. He's the guy that threw up on me in the cafeteria. There's Madge Piercy.
Well, aren't you going to talk to anybody?
Not to them. As far as I can see, the only one that came are the real drips. There's Tony Pulaski.
Well, there's someone you can talk to.
Not to him. He was student body president. Why would he want to talk to me? Hold it. That's perfect.
I am just so glad you're divorced.
You're glad?
I just didn't want to be the only one. I almost didn't come tonight. I figured everyone would just say, hey, where's Eddie?
That's right, I remember. You and Eddie were voted cutest couple, right?
Yeah, you got it. Cutest couple ever to get married too young.
Oh, come on, cheer up. Donald Wilson just told me that you look sensational.
Really? Donald Wilson?
Uh-huh. And what's more, he's divorced too.
Steskel's class. You sat up front.
Sure. Oh, sure.
Never forget that guy.
Who?
Well, Steskel.
Oh, me neither. Excuse me, some friends of mine said they'd hold a table for me, and I promised I'd sit with them.
Well, maybe I could
Huh?
join you.
Well, well, there are lots of tables.
High school, all over again. The old fun and games. High school, played out a table for 10.
He's not going to sit with us, is he?
I know, the guys are in ties, the girls have new names, but it's high school all over again.
Hey, stuck up.
Come back to the land of the kings and the queens. Come back if only to see how you score.
Do you believe those shoes he's wearing?
It's time for doing a few of our favorite routines. Yes, it's just like those old days of yore. I think I've seen this flick before.
and we never get high. Do it right. Cindy.
We're the kids from Carey High. We never give up and we never say die.
Oh, that's better.
High school all over again. The beast will not die. We got old cheerleaders doing old cheers.
Yay, team!
Just when you thought you were safe, high school says hi. You forget where you've been all these years when high school appears.
38, 17, 52, hike! Terry, it's your pass.
Mine? Okay.
Hey! Way to go, way to go!
Hey, I'm in a lot better shape now.
Well, keep practicing, Terry. Maybe someday you'll make first string.
Welcome back, rah, rah, rah. Welcome back to the high and the low. Same old tune, la, la, la. Same old tune we all sang long ago. Hurry on down, don't put up a fight. Hey, come meet the husbands and wives. Say, what do you know? We got reruns tonight of the happiest years of our lives. I got the feeling I've been here before. All over again. I got the feeling I've been here before. All over again. I got the feeling I've been here before. All over again. High school. I've been here before.
You have not changed. You still look amazing. So what have you been up to?
You know, a little this, a little that.
I know. Oh, this is Ellen, the girl I'm living with.
Oh,
We're engaged. Ray makes it sound as if,
I understand. I'm old-fashioned myself.
Yeah. Gertrude and I go back a long way. We started dating, what, 15?
14. He was the first boy I ever dated. Listen, let me tell you a little secret even he doesn't know. He was the first boy I ever, kissed.
well, that's certainly really...
Sure was a long time ago.
Well, we went to all the dances together.
Really? You used to dance?
Doesn't he still? He was terrific.
Well, I did have a terrific partner.
Honestly, Ray, you don't dance anymore?
We have other interests now?
Yeah.
I'm sure that you do. Listen, say hello to your sister for me, would you?
Yeah, sure.
And get him out on the dance floor once in a while, huh?
Right.
Oh, come on, dear.
No.
Oh, come on. What did I do now? I swear, she meant nothing to me. Nothing.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean, makeout artist?
Well, if you weren't, who was?
Well, I'm not going to say I didn't get to first base a couple times, but I sure don't remember hitting any home runs.
Now, that's not what you said back then. Remember that old parking spot out on Afton Road?
Oh, remember it. Remember it. I was there last week. With Peggy.
Your wife? You took your wife?
Oh, what can I say? I got this crazy idea. And lucky for me, she's just as crazy as I am. Well, we got the kids to bed early. I put on some English leather. It was pitch dark except for the moon, and we started necking. All of a sudden, I looked over her and said, "So, you ever mess around on the back seat?" She got real serious. Said, "I am not the sort of girl who would do that sort of thing." We started laughing. It was hilarious. But, here we are, married 11 years with 3 kids at home, and I finally find out where my wife draws the line.
I always figured you would have gone into modeling or something.
Well, I did for a while, but
Oh, nobody's getting younger, right?
it's not a real steady business.
Oh, I hear you there, hear you there. Hey, how do you like the suit?
Nice.
It's a Brooks Brothers.
Wow.
Got it over in Hong Kong.
A Brooks Brothers suit?
Sure, they're cheaper over there. Not that money's an object, mind you.
No.
Hey, you been to Hong Kong?
No.
How about Europe?
No.
Well, there's still time, right? Never could tell. Things will break your way one of these days, sure, right? But you really used to be something. You really used to be something. What? What?
We don't know where to start, and so we say, how long has it been? We joke about our age and how the years just flew. We say we meant to write, as old friends always do. And are you still too smart? And do you still mix bourbon with gin? And did you see the world? And did you meet a man? And did you fall in love the way we used to plan before our lives began? Remember Fran and Janie sharing secrets, swapping daydreams, dropping by. Fran and Janie sharing heartbeats, shouting wishes at the sky, playing records, sleeping over, talking girl talk. You remember Fran and Janie, like a single word. So tell us how you are, and how's your life so far? And did you catch that star? Two old friends, all grown up. One is single and one has a couple of kids and a husband named Bob, and a chance for this job, taking courses at night, coming off a romance, a million facts and feelings to sort. Two old friends with much to report, who never did know how to make a long story short. So we talk till we laugh, and we laugh till we cry. And we go on and on, my girlfriend and I. Fran and Janie sharing secrets, passing by. Fran and Janie shouting wishes at the sky. And behind us, Fran and Janie calling boys up, painting posters, building snowmen, looking forward, you and I, to the present day. We talk of what's in store, as we've talked before, until there's nothing more to say.
this is Chrissy, and this is Jenny, and this is Jim Jr., and this is Ellie holding Jenny.
Oh, she's so pretty.
Who?
Your wife?
Oh, right.
Hi, I'm Ed Kendall.
So?
I just thought, weren't you in my class?
Yeah, your class, your year, your school. Yeah, I was there.
I'm sorry. I just don't remember you.
Well, why should you? The only time you ever said hi to me before was when you wanted my vote. So tell me, Ed Kendall, are you still running for class president?
Look, pal, I don't know what your problem is.
I don't go for all-American jerks. That's my problem. Do you want to make something of it?
Larry, come on.
Well, maybe he wants to make something of it.
No, I don't. I really don't.
See? Look at him. Look at him back off. What's the matter? So you were a big deal in high school? So what? So what? That was high school. It was high school.
Larry,
Cool it,
please.
all right?
Cool it? You always looked down your nose at guys like me, didn't you? Didn't you? I would have liked to have been in the hot stuff crowd with the hot stuff girls and stick it to Beverly on
Larry,
prom night.
shut up. We're going home.
Yeah, sure, fine. Why not? Just wanted to tell him what I thought of him, you know. Nothing! That's what I think, nothing!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'd have asked her to dance, but
What?
hell, she isn't gonna say yes. She isn't even gonna say maybe.
How do you know?
Because she never even gave me the time of day in school.
Hey, there you go. Go get her. She's on her own. Go.
Excuse me.
Steven!
You remember?
Of course.
I'm just drunk enough now to ask you to dance.
But not too drunk to dance.
No.
You still don't say much. You're always like that. I had this huge crush on you junior year, and you couldn't have ever said more than 3 words to me the entire time.
You had a crush on me?
Uh-huh. What's the matter? Steven?
Oh, now come on.
Oh, we need to talk oh,
No.
Man, no. I can't do this.
Oh, you gotta see this to believe it. Check this out. Look at that.
Oh my God. Look at the hair. Come here, you gotta see this.
Check
Well.
that out.
These are the kids I went to school with. What do you think?
I think you should have been voted sexiest.
Well, thank God for that. See that girl?
Uh-huh.
She's who I wanted to be. She was so pretty and popular and poised.
Wait a minute. That's how I always figured you must have been.
No way. But I almost died trying. I can just see me at 6 and 17, typical down to my circle pin, piercing my ears with the future nurses club, working like mad to be in. I'm so glad you didn't know me, what a nothing I was then. I'm just glad you didn't know me, I'm glad you didn't know me when.
I'm thankful, too, that I didn't know you, 'cause that would have meant you knew me. Singing my folk songs or learning to smoke or panicked at pulling a D. And speaking of fears, I had an erection the whole 4 years.
No kidding.
I'm so glad you didn't know me. I wasn't ready for you then.
Sounds like you were.
I'm just glad you didn't know me. Thank God you didn't know me.
Picture me peppy but fake as they come, making corsages of juicy fruit gum.
Picture on the edge of his chair, waving his hand in the air. Ooh, call on me, call on me.
Picture a phony,
Oh, picture how suave I could be,
doing the pony.
passing my brother's ID.
I was the worst,
and I was as bad. Picture the dates we'd have had. I'm glad
you didn't know
glad
me.
that you weren't around.
Eisenhower High.
What a creep you'd have found.
Amen.
Good riddance and goodbye. Goodbye. Hand me no yearbooks to sign. And don't ever ask to see mine.
I want
No old lang syne. I'm glad you didn't know me. Glad you didn't know me when. 'Cause if you'd have gone to my school, we'd have never had a prayer. You'd have hated me in high school. I'm glad you weren't there. Passing on the stairs.
Passing on the stairs.
Glad you didn't know me.
Saving all the seats.
Clowning in the bleachers.
Pressing all the pleats.
Sound-nosing the teachers.
Pushing all the way to graduation
day.
All right, 247-3115.
3, 1, 1, 5. Oh, I'm practically blind without my glasses, but I'd be damned if I was going to wear them tonight.
Here's my business card.
Your business card? I forgot we all grew up.
I didn't grow up, I just got older.
Let's not use that word, okay?
You know, it's funny. I didn't want to come to the first reunion because I didn't feel I had changed enough.
I know the feeling.
The second time around, I thought, I can't go back. I'm not rich. I'm not famous.
Or married.
Or glamorous.
When I got the announcement this time, I thought, what the hell? You know, the worst part about high school was feeling like you were in some kind of contest all the time, but really, what was the contest? All I know is I wouldn't have missed seeing you two again for anything.
Time has come. The night is winding down, winding down. Time to close the bar, time to get the car. Time has flown, and once again, here we are, enemies and friends, all the odds and ends of another time.
Now I remember thinking I could die happy now.
I never said I give. That's the thing. I wouldn't.
I still remember exactly what I wore on elimination day.
This was my one chance, and I only had a second to decide.
Hearing that guy yell my name has got to be the best moment of my whole life.
And Miss Haskell just kept saying, is it true? Is it true? Is it true?
You really are a cheerleader, aren't you?
You had to be there, you know? You just had to be there.
I drove by my old high school this afternoon to watch the kids play baseball in the south field. I was watching for maybe 5 minutes or so when I realized that the old guy that was coaching was my old gym teacher, Mr. Buckowitz. Back a long time ago, back when I was fat. I mean really, really fat. And probably a foot shorter than I am now. Back when kids used to call me Joel the Jelly Roll. I remember this one time when Mr. Buckowitz made this big announcement in front of the whole school that I was the most uncoordinated kid that he'd ever seen in all his years of teaching. I remember going home that night and reaching in a medicine cabinet and getting a razor blade. I sat on the edge of a bathtub for 3 hours thinking I couldn't even kill myself. I could hear all the kids laughing at me, Mr. Buckowitz included. I wanted to hate him the way I hated him when I was 14 years old. wanted to go up and say, I know what you are. Don't you think I've forgotten what you've done to me. But he's so much smaller than I remember him. And so much older. I bet he's ready to retire about now. You know what? I don't hate him. I don't have to. I'm not 14 years old anymore, and I don't have to obey him. And most of all, I am not Joel, the jelly roll, anymore. You know, it's kind of funny when you look back on things. Because when I look back on those times, all I can really think is, I made it. Me, of all people, I made it.
Kevin. Amber. Scott. Cheryl. Jamie. Becky. Al. Danielle. Dave.
Rush of old sensations. Why the kids should wake and my heart should ache every time I smell carnations. Something rings a bell,
Anything at all.
all it takes is the slam of a locker or the switch from summer to fall.